Hi YouTube family, and welcome into today's video. I have March monthly favorites for you today. I have a little bit of skincare, a whole lot of makeup, and some things that just really have stood out to me this month. So I want to get right into this. First things first, you guys. You know that in every single favorites video lately, I have been putting the Maybelline MasterCamo color correctors, and these are in sticks that have a twist on them. They have a click at the bottom, you twist it up, and then the product comes right out there on the little sponge, and I only have to do one click to use each of these, and I love it. Now I use this one for my dark circles. This is an apricot, and I use this one for my redness. This one is in yellow. And what I do is I will put them on with the sponge tip just across on both sides with the apricot one, just where I need it, which is usually, you know, right down there in that dark cavern right there, and a little bit across here. And then I will take the yellow and I'll put it, I have really bad redness all of a sudden right here. I think it's from my retin-A doing its job right here on the apples of my cheeks, and then right over here into the corner of the eye I get a lot of irritation and redness. And what I do is I actually let it set for a little bit. I pat it in, and then I go ahead and I take a tissue and I take the plies apart of the tissue, so I just have one ply. That's a Wayne Goss trick. So I just have one ply. But any color correctors that you use, what could happen to you is it might bleed through into your concealer or your foundation, and that's the part that is the little balancing act that you want to try. So I'll take a tissue and I'll go across any parts that I've, you know, done the color correcting on, just to take up any excess. And then after I give it a couple more minutes to dry down, I go in with my concealer. It works like a dream. And for the first time in my whole life, I don't feel like I'm ashamed of my dark circles. I love it. I absolutely love it, you guys. So yay for that. Okay, my second thing that I talked about in a very recent video is my Elizabeth Mott Thank Me Later eyeshadow primer. This is a little sample tube that I got with her actual just facial primer. But this stuff is golden. I love this stuff. It intensifies my eyeshadow. It helps keep my eyeshadow in place, and it dries down quickly, so I don't have to use so much on top of, so much of like a powder on top of the eyeshadow primer that you don't get the stick-to-itiveness of, if that's a word, that you don't get it to stick with your regular eyeshadows. So I've been absolutely in love with this for a long time, but I have to keep bringing it back because it's just good stuff. Okay, so the next thing is my Galaxy Chic palette from BH Cosmetics. I don't know if you guys have seen this or not. This is a complete palette of shimmers and metallics. And normally, you know, I would have never bought this, but my husband just thought it was the coolest thing, and he made me buy it, which, you know, I love him for that. But what I found, these are baked. All of these products are baked. So even though this is not necessarily my cup of tea, what I do now with this is I will put this on my lid, then I'll put a dark liner on the bottom, and right underneath that dark liner, I will put one of these pops of color. What it does is, because I'll either wear neutral or I'll wear the equivalent in a matte color to my transition color and my crease color, what it does is it just brightens the eye. It just gives it such a bright, vibrant look, and I absolutely love them. They are stunners, you guys, and there is so many to choose from. So you would never get bored and have to think, well, what am I going to do for an eye look? Pop on the neutral onto the transition color, and then go into the darker crease color with whatever color you want to, and match one of these up, and then the bottom, you have a complete total just like this look. Okay, you guys, so this powder right here is from Glow Skin Cosmetics or Glow Beauty Cosmetics, something like that. This is called a perfecting powder. If you guys haven't visited Mandy Davis MUA, I think that's her channel. If not, I'll throw it up or I'll list it below. But Mandy is a makeup artist, and this gal is a no-nonsense, straight to the point, wonderful makeup artist. I'll tell you what she has as far as videos are that I absolutely love. She has the top 5 of every category in makeup that she uses, and this was one of her top 5 picks, and it is wonderful. This powder, it's a setting powder. I guess it could be used as a finishing powder, but this is probably the most no powder that I have ever seen in my whole life. I've been using this nonstop. I've been using it everywhere, and it is so pretty. It is just, I can't begin to tell you how pretty it is. It It sets underneath the eyes. I use a light dusting of it without it being too, you know, too much. It doesn't like suck the life out of my under eyes. Yes, it was a little bit more. I think I got mine from a gal that lived in California, and she had them at a little bit reduced cost on eBay. I do check eBay, but I make sure that they are always genuine. For a foundation, something, and I'm wearing this foundation today. This is the NYX Total Control Drops. You guys, I don't know why I sat on the sidelines and didn't, you know, think to get this. This is so light. It's water. It's basically just water. But I cannot believe the coverage that comes from these. It's so good. So what I do is I take a couple of drops wherever I'm at, you know, whatever I'm working on, because if I drop it all over my face, then it's running like those gals on Instagram, and I don't do that. But this is so good, you guys. I can't begin to tell you how much I have enjoyed this foundation and been using it for 2 weeks, and just, I'm in love with this. It covers so pretty. I mean, you can see the coverage all over my face. It looks like my skin, and it doesn't dry me out. Buildable. Yeah, it's buildable. This is 2 coats that I have on, and then 3 on the places that I really thought I needed it. It lasts all day long. It wears like a dream. I love it. I think it's great. The next thing, it came in my BoxyCharm. This is from Pretty Vulgar, and it is the Make Them Blush, and I don't know if that's the color or not. A lot of people got the other color. It's a really bright color, and I was so glad that I didn't, because I knew that there was no way I could wear it. But I know that women that were darker skin tone than I would definitely be able to wear it. But this blush goes a long way. I'm telling you, a teeny tiny drop, and you have got your blusher all over. It blends out like a dream. It's super soft in the pen. It's really soft. So I just barely dip my brush in there, and then, you know, kind of knock off the excess and roll my brush around, and then go in and use it as a blush. And I'm really loving this. I think it's beautiful. I am wearing that today. I think it's very, very pretty, and I hadn't tried anything from Pretty Vulgar, so this was a nice introduction to their line. This is the Ultra Repair Cream Intense Therapy Skin Protectant with Antioxidant Boosters from First Aid Beauty. And I love this stuff, you guys. I am wearing this every night to bed, and my skin feels so hydrated and so good. Granted, I do put a couple of drops of facial oil in with this, but I have been finding that even when I did that, I would make up in the morning and my skin would feel like it had dried out, because I live in a really dry climate anyway. But this is so good. This is so good. And it says it's good for eczema. I'm sure it would be good for psoriasis. It doesn't have a lot of chemicals in it. It's really good for sensitive skin too. It has that claim on there. And I love it. I absolutely love it. That's why I went back in and I bought the biggest one I could buy. I had a little bit of a coupon, so I could do that. But this has been really, really good for me. Okay, recently I put up a video on Shop Miss A, and this is one of their sponges. This is one too, but it's dirty. And I just wanted to reiterate to you guys that these sponges are identical for me. This is my opinion. For me, to the beauty blenders, I love these. I think they're wonderful. They're super duper soft. They blow up to double their size. They're $1. I'm gonna buy like 20 of them to make the shipping free, and then I'm giving them away to all my friends and family. And I think these are so good. This is just one of those ones that when you stumble across something, you have to share it with people, and I had to share this with you guys. It is really, really, really good. Okay, another powder that I'm actually really liking. This is from Flower Beauty, and this is their translucent setting powder. And the packaging to me is a little bit bulky and a little bit overdone. You have a powder puff in there, but you guys, this powder, I don't know if any of you have gotten the RCMA No Color powder. That's exactly what this is. This is so fine, and I can hardly even get any up on my finger because it is so fine. It goes across your skin like silk. So what I've been doing is I've been using this one and opposite to the Glow one. But if you guys haven't tried this, I don't know where I've been, what rock I've been under. But the reason that it caught my eye was because when I was at Walmart and I picked it up. I picked it up because right next to it, it said Allure's Best in Beauty. And I'm like, a powder from Flower is Allure's Best in Beauty. Why, I got to try that. So that's what I did. This is going to become a cult favorite of mine. And everybody that will hear me within any speaking distance, this is gonna become a favorite. So hopefully these are something that you can pick up and that you can try and that you will let me know whether or not you like it. And is there stuff this month that you guys have just gotten and you just all of a sudden decided, hey, I love it? Thank you guys so much for joining me today and being a part of my family. Please give me a thumbs up before you go if you do like seeing monthly favorites. I love them, and I get my paper and pad out and I'm writing down everything. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thank you for spending your time with me. I love you, and I'll talk to you in my very next video. Bye, you guys.